Okay, so moving on, we're going to go on to what's going to be at the heart of my lighting kit for the U.S.S. Nimoy. I did a previous video where we went over the lighting plan for the ship, and I want to take this opportunity to apologize to you guys, because I know there's been some issues with the microphone. The camera that I'm using, I use my phone because of the high definition recording, and I'm just having bugs in the phone, and I tried updating the software, and make a long story short, the audio just is terrible. It goes in and out, it fades no matter what the setting. Anyway, I got a microphone, the Bluetooth, so I'm using a Zeal Sound. So this is the first video that I do that uses a microphone other than the camera phone. So I got the lighting board, or the circuit board, from TenaControls, and they actually had a special. I think if you bought one, it was somewhere in the area of 14 something with the shipping, or you could buy 5 of them, and I ended up buying 5 of them because you can actually use them for more than one ship. So this is my receipt. Let's see. So let me show you guys what I got. The new multi-timing option board, I got 5 of them, and it was $62.68, and shipping and handling was $9.50, so it was $72.18 for 5 boards, as opposed to the $14.95 for 1. So you can use these for so many different things. Let's put this aside now. We can actually use these for the Enterprise, the Reliant. Well, I'll show you in the instructions. So the first thing is we have the package that has all the timing boards in it, and there should be 5 of them. I'd like to thank Ralph. That's everything in the box. Over at TenaControls, I bought a lot of things from him over the years, and they're just fantastic. To give you an idea, see the board? These little blue things, they're called jumpers. And what we can do is we'll put them in different positions on these little pegs. And what that'll do is it'll connect different parts of the circuit board depending on which ship you want. I got one of these. We're doing the 1537 Enterprise refit build for my 3000 fan appreciation video. And we're using this. We're going to be doing all the lights. Well, that's for the refit. We can actually do this as well for the Constitution class NCC-1934 before the refit. We can also do the Reliant. I want to say the Voyager. Like I said, we'll go over the instructions and I'll show you guys. But this is how small it is. Perfect to put anywhere, and anywhere small. And we're going to be putting it into the 1000 U.S.S. Nimoy. So, like I said, it was a 5-pack. So we got 5 of them. So if you were to take the $14.95, let's call it 15. So let's see, we got 30, 60. So we're looking at about $75, $10 for shipping, $85. So anyway, it's a lot cheaper to get more than one to do this option. This is what we did. So we got the 5, and they're going to come in very handy for other projects. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these to the side for now until we use them. So let's put these over here for now. So we're going to use this board. Now with this board, it's not going to be for the Bassard collectors or anything like that. What this board does is it regulates the navigation beacons as well as the strobes. And although there are no strobes on a Constitution class ship like the Enterprise, the U.S.S. Nimoy is going to be special. It's a one of a kind. Like I said, I went over the lighting plan in the previous video to show you guys where I'm going to light it. and I'm going to light it just like it would be a refit, but it's not refit yet. So we're going to put all the lights everywhere. The saucer pylon will be lit, the nacelle pylons will be lit. We're going to put the navigation numbers, or the registry numbers, underneath. We're going to light that just like on a refit. But to make a long story short, the board is not going to light the Bussard collectors. That's not what it does. But it will do the navigation beacons, port, starboard. It will do the strobes, and we can time it. The timing will be for the Constitution class starship prior to a refit. So why don't we take a quick look at the instructions. I want to show you guys everything that was in the package. So when it comes to the instruction sheet, we got TenaControls, and they're located in Mendon, Mass. And you can see TenaControls.com. The instructions for the MLTBD-BB navigation and strobe board with multi-timing settings for the Star Trek Enterprise or any other ship that can use any of these 5 settings of the TOS timing. So we have the Enterprise refit, the U.S.S. Reliant, and the U.S.S. Voyager. We can do the U.S.S. Grissom, the timing, double strobe, similar to the JJ prize for J.J. Abrams, the offshoot or the timeline for the Star Trek, and we have the DE timing as well. This unit comes completely assembled and tested. The only thing you need to do is connect your own pre-resistor LEDs to the navigation and strobe outputs. Then power up by using a 9-volt to 12-volt power source, not supplied. Hot glue on the 4 sides of the board to ensure the board is secure. Items you will need: a soldering iron, the solder cutter, and the wire stripper. Note, when using the shrink tubing, you need only to slide the shrink tubing over one leg of the LED to keep it from shorting against the other leg. Then use a heat gun or flame from a lighter to heat the shrink tubing until it shrinks around the wire connected to one of the LED legs. So if you guys are following my other builds, we're doing the Enterprise refit as part of my tribute to the 3,000 subscribers. And if you're curious, right now where we're at with that, we just got done wiring the primary hull. Matter of fact, let me just show it to you. So we just got done wiring the primary hull. We connected the halves, so we brought everything together. As you can see, we got resistors, and I used the LED bulbs, and we actually made our own lighting kit for this beautiful, beautiful ship. We put the impulse crystal in, and everything is going to be lit up. My point is that if you want to check this video out in this build series, you can see how I've been wiring as we go along. I like to make my own lighting kits because you have more freedom, because we'll be able to light a lot more things. From the light on top, lighting up the registry numbers the way she appears on screen, to the sensor dome on the bottom being lit as well with the registry markings, as well as the registry in the back, or the name Enterprise. So if you want, you can check this out. I made a whole playlist dedicated to the 3,000 subscribers, and this was actually the smoothie from 1979 that I sacrificed in honor of the subscribers. So thank you very much. So that being said, getting back to the U.S.S. Nimoy, we're going to be doing the same thing, or we're going to be lighting it the same way. So I'm going to be using SMDs on the outside. We're going to light the bridge, the sensor dome. I think I'm going to put the lights on top where B-deck is to illuminate the registry on top, just like the refit. Same thing with the underneath. So if she comes out looking the way I have her pictured, she's going to be spectacular. And the lighting is going to be one of the features. And coming back, so the whole reason I went off, sorry I got off topic on the other project, was to show you guys how to distinguish an LED. You can see the anode side, which is the positive side, and that's where the resistor would go. And you have the cathode side, which is the negative side, or the lead. When you look at an LED bulb, you can see the shorter leg is the cathode, which is a negative, and the longer leg is the anode. So just remember, positive, the longer one. I was thinking about actually doing a video on telling you guys about wiring and LEDs and things of that nature. So that was page 1. Going over, you can see now we're going to get into the meat. We got the wiring diagram, and you fellow modelers out there that love doing your own lighting kits, you know what this is. So each one of these or inputs can drive up to 200 pre-resisted LEDs, and that of course is these little jumpers right here. Alright, so that's how the board's looking. Alright, we actually take a look at the wiring diagram, and we'll use this as an example. You can see we got the pins right there with the little jumpers. The first wire on the clip, you can see the bottom one is white. So we have the white wire, and that's going to power the LED side. Each of these inputs can drive up to 200 pre-wired LEDs, so that's going to be really cool. Let's see, the next wire would be yellow, and you're going to see, the LED side. The next wire looks like black. So the black wire is going to go to the 9 and 12 volt power supply. And finally we have the red wire. It's going to do the same thing. So the negative is black, the positive is red, and that's going to power the board. That's going to go to the power supply. In our instance, more than likely we're going to end up plugging it in. That way there it can stay lit and not end up costing a fortune in batteries. So it's going to go to a 12 volt DC. So that's where these are going to go. We're going to come back, and all the wires that all the bulbs that we're going to put in, whether it's the strobes or the navigation beacons, will be going to these. We got the positive and the negative side. And then we'll be wiring everything for the static lights that are going to be on constantly, such as the Bussard collectors, the window lights, the registry lights, things of that nature. Moving on, you can see below are the plastic shunt settings for each timing selection. Important, turn power off to the board before moving the plastic shunt from one timing position to the desired one. This board checks for which timing is selected only on power up. For the Grissom, you must use 2 shunts, and the nav output is always on static, no blinking. So we're going to do the timing for the TOS, the original series, and you can see we're going to put a jumper all the way to the left, so we won't need both of them, just one. But to show you the double flash timing, we would jump it over 1 with just 1. To do the Enterprise D or the E timing, you can see we bring the jumper out to the 3rd position. The Enterprise Refit, the Reliant, and the Voyager, and that's actually what we're going to use for the U.S.S. Nimoy. And I know like I said, it's a fictional ship, and it's coming out of my imagination, so that's how we're going to build her. And you can see the shunt is going to go all the way to the right side. We're only going to need 1. You can see there's 2 on here right now, and the only time we're going to use 2 of them is to do the Grissom, the Enterprise Grissom timing. And you can see there's 2, and that's how the position is right now. Note, below is an example for a refit Reliant. You can use more or less LEDs on the navigation or strobe outputs. Each ship type will be different, and of course the U.S.S. Nimoy is going to be unique. So going back, you can see the strobe side. 4 white LEDs, LED 10 through 13. You can use more LEDs or less. All 4 anodes are positive of the strobe LEDs, LED 10 through 13. Connect the red wire to just the JST connector. Then connect the cathode to one end of their respective resistor, and the other end of the resistor will terminate to the yellow wire on a JST connector on the PC board. And again, it's basically the power is going to come in to power the board, and we're going to actually make a loop in the circuit, and we're going to power everything through the board. So for the navigation side, we got 5 white LEDs, LED 5 through 9. You can use more LEDs or less. All the 5 anodes positive of the navigation LEDs, LED 5 through 9. Connect to the red wire on the JST connector, then connect the cathode to one end of their respective resistor. On the other end of the resistor will terminate to the green or white wire on the JST connector on the PC board. Again, refer to the diagram. So I'm going to put a picture up. Hopefully it'll come out better where you can actually see what I'm talking about. Now the 2 green LEDs, which is going to be on the starboard side. LED 3 through 4, you can use more or less LEDs. The 2 anodes are the navigation LEDs, LED 3 through 4. Connect to the red wire on the JST connector, then connect the cathode to one end of their respective resistor. On the other end of the resistor will terminate on the green or white wire. And this doesn't have a green, so they're referring to the white wire. See the diagram. Again, looking at the diagram. So, like I said, everything is going to feed and loop through the board. 4, 2 red LEDs. That will be the port side navigation beacons. LED 1, 2. You can use more or less if you wish. The 2 anodes, and I was actually thinking about putting little ones on top of the nacelles just behind the Bassard collectors because I like the way that looks. Navigation LEDs 1 through 2, connect a red wire to the JST connector. Then connect the cathode to one end of their respective resistor, with the other end of the resistor will terminate to the green and white wire and the JST connector on the PC board. Again, referring to the diagram. So you can see where we're going to actually feed all the white lights. Then we're going to feed the navigation beacons, the blinking lights, and then we're going to feed for the strobes, because we're going to put strobes on this. And moving on to the back now, we got the warranty, TenaControls warranty. You can check that out if you like. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. I'll just put it up in high definition. And again, they are at 75 Maury Street, Mendon, Massachusetts, 01756. TenaControls.com. They got so much cool stuff on that website. Ralph really knows his stuff. Really smart guy, really cool guy. And I thank him for coming up with this board for the timing. And that's basically the heart. This is going to be the heart of my lighting kit for the U.S.S. Nimoy. So it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to light it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the ship itself and we're going to prep it for the lighting. I'm going to do the windows on a secondary hull, the saucer pylon. We'll do the windows on the primary hull. Also on B and C decks, or I think on the Constitution pre-refit, they just have the lights or the windows on B deck. Yeah, it's either on B deck or C deck, but we'll put them in the right place. But there's a couple of tools that I need that I'm waiting for to do the windows. So that's probably the first thing we're going to do, is address the windows and all the preparation of the model that we're going to do for lighting. So my friends, I just wanted to keep you guys updated on the progress for the U.S.S. Nimoy. And this section, or this video, was for one of the important pieces of my lighting kit. We have the Strobe board, the navigation board. And this is MLTBD-BB. And if you guys are curious or you want to get one, I'll put the link in the description for you guys so you guys can check it out. So my friends, until my next video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys really soon.